Excuse me, we have one mic.
Okay, guys, so you know that I feel very passionate about things, and sometimes I can go on and on and on.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
We'll stop you.
I don't, yes, please. So I just want to tell you that Rosemary, Denise, we had John, who is no longer with us. We had a couple, like probably 5, 7 strong people that they've been working for Hudson River at that point for a couple of years. And we were seeing a lot of different changes that we didn't agree with, because we thought that we deserve more for our families, for ourselves, and also for the patients that we care of every single day. So when we reached out to union and we started organizing, I don't know how it was in your side, but in Shirley, people, they were laughing. They were like, it's never gonna happen. We've tried it with Brookhaven. We've tried it for so many times. People were intimidated, scared, afraid. The people were blackmailed not to join the union, because union was like huge, scary thing, which when we start having organizers coming in and actually explaining what's union, and it's greater than just like some kind of organization that takes your union dues and that's it, and just shows that you are, having a sticker and $11.99, when they actually explain what it's all about. That, it's cheesy, I'm very like sentimental, emotional person, but there is a pledge that we took when we became delegates. There's a lot of things that I'm learning as I go. I learned a couple of things that they kind of help me to be passionate, to be part of a union. And I feel like our organization, with the mission statement that it actually stands for and was founded by the founding mothers, we are doing the work because we have empathy for people. And we don't have that high paid patients coming in, fancy, well-spoken, well-educated, having enough of everything or even more. We have people that they really feel like sometimes we are their last, yes. And we're passionate about this. We know the community very well. We get stuck work in that community because, we feel comfortable. We know the patients, we know their children, their families. We kind of familiar with them. And we also know what Sun River, let's call them Sun River, can provide for them, because they are federally qualified organization, because the mission statement was great and we were supposed to helping those people. And all of this was great, and a lot of that brings us into work for them without knowing what they became. So this is not bashing Sun River or anything like that, This is about that it's not what it used to be. Mm-hmm. And we are there to help everyone, but we also have to remember that we need to help ourselves. And we have families, and at the end of the day, we need job security, because without this, we can have the best health insurance in the world, we can have the best salary, best bonuses, best everything. But knowing that you may go to work, and at the 12 o'clock lunchtime or whatever, you're gonna be walked out, and you're not welcome anymore, and that's it, that's where it ends, it doesn't help you anything else that you have. Having $11.99 and having contract between us, $11.99 and Sun River, gives us that security, which many of people don't realize. We have a lot of young people. Us, a little bit mature, I know we look like we're 26, 28, but we have life experience, and we know that it's more than just going to work, having race, we look forward to good health insurance that we may use or may not use, but most of us, we use it every day for us and for our families. I know we're lacking spouses. Some of us may like our spouses, some of us may not, but we still need them on the plan. At least we gotta give it to them, so that's something that we have to, look forward in our new contract. But the health insurance that we have, for many of us, that we realize, we know how important it is. And this is something that we have to fight so strongly since the beginning of joining $11.99. In our first contract, in our second contract, they wanted to take it away. Not many people know. Young people that they join, they have no clue. They have no clue of the possibility what being part of $11.99 means. That if they're gonna go to school using just funds from Sun River, they're gonna give them roughly $2,000. When they're gonna go to school as a $11.99 member, they're can become a doctor. Like you heard me, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but those are just the few things that people they don't know. Childcare. I know many of us they don't use it, but people that they really do need it, they've got that options and availability, which is very important because it gives possibility to moms to go to work or dads. Don't discriminate, but you know, this is a big plus that you know that we have it. And those young people that they are members that they don't think, they are very misinformed. They think that whatever we have, all of us, including them, it's because of our employer. Unfortunately, this isn't the truth. And I'm gonna tell you what happened at our first contract. I don't know if others you remember or you were there at the very first time that we met.
That was
That was with Lori. Oh my gosh, love that lady. Yes, role model. Yes, I remember it was January 17 because it was my son's birthday. And that was my day off. I went on my day off, not knowing anything about union, like how things work. We spent it over there probably like 9 hours. I thought it was we're gonna like meet up, we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna start negotiation. No, it was a long, draining day full of surprises. But I'm gonna tell you what I was shocked with. And maybe that was my eye opener. When we were at the table, a couple of us are in this room right now, and there was our 1199 representation attorney, and there was Hudson River at that time, the attorney who is very mean, but very well paid to be mean. And you know, all the big heads, and it was Carlos Ortiz. And there was a Greg Cass, which I respect Greg. He was like, we could kind of negotiate with him, and there was never anything shady going on the way it's going right now. But I remember the very first thing that, you know, we were told when we're sitting as a delegate during the negotiation, we're gonna be quiet, we're gonna listen, you know, and then when there is a little recess, we can catch up, we can touch on things that we wanna talk about. Because that's like legal issues and the attorneys are communicating and all that fun grown-up stuff. And I remember when we put proposal, and I've got even one proposal from the 2021-2024, but that was our proposal for the first contract. That we, with your all help, ask you for, you know, what you want in your new contract, what's the most important thing for you. It's not 1199 comes and says, here is the contract, that's what 1199 gives. No, all of the ideas, we got what's important to us. Every single person that walks the floors, that have different issues, we put into the survey that we have to fill out and send it. Right now it's more like convenient, which a lot of you don't do it. Not saying of you, but of us, I should say. And then we are surprised, well, I didn't want this, I wanted something else. Well, we didn't get your answer because you never had your input. But what I'm gonna tell you, what we put the proposal with number one, it was our job security, health insurance, better salary, staffing, all of that, plus respecting whatever PTO days, sick time, all that fun stuff that should be, you know, given basically. We the attorneys form very legal contract, very nice, you know, the legal language and everything, presented at the table very respectfully, said what we want, they read through it. When the attorney of that company that we work for had a floor, the thing that he did, took a piece of paper, threw it at the table, and said, well, you should be lucky you all not getting fired. Which I know right now that it wasn't legal, right, Rosemary? But I remember this. And he said, you should get that and stop the negotiation right here and right now, because on the top of that you're not gonna get what you want, we're gonna take away, because we don't have to give you peak holidays or like PTO, that many amount. We are so good to you that we're giving you this already. You being greedy, you want more. We don't have to give you holiday bonus. We don't have to give you the staffing that you need. This is our company and we know how we run. I know I'm going on and it's very long, but there is a lot of things that our new members have no clue who we're dealing with. And I would like you to take the opportunity to educate or talk to people, the one that they didn't come, maybe they couldn't, maybe they had other things to do, whatever it was, or maybe they don't think how severely important it is. Reach out to them and tell them that whatever we're fighting for or whatever we have currently, it's because there is a group of people that they really believe strongly that we deserve better than whatever they want to give it to us. Like, come on, let's don't be, listen, I can go on and on. That's from our negotiation, our points that we were talking about. We have paperwork about stuff. This is actually, I don't know, Arvis, if you remember, but I was the one who was speaking at our last contract about our health insurance and the Cadillac of national benefit of, $11.99 and whatever our company was giving to us. And I broke everything down. How much is the deductible, how many thousand for the lower plan for single person and for the family, how much is deductible for the higher cost. So, no joke, the deductible annually for a single person with the cheaper plan that they offer, it's $2,000. After paying your bi-weekly contribution, which is about, let me find. Yes, that's the cheaper one. For family, you would have $4,000. What means deductible? That before the $180 or $280 is gonna give you anything that you're already bi-weekly contributing, you're gonna be surprised with the $4,000 bill. It's like the same thing like you have car insurance. You pay $500, you have $500 deductible for the higher monthly payments and $1,000 deductible for the lower monthly payments. But what does it mean? If you have fender bender, the first $1,000 or $500 comes out of your pocket. It doesn't mean that you're paying your monthly $300 or $500 payment, everything is covered. No, that's just one part of it. Right now we're talking about specialists. Usually it's between $75 to go to see anyone, your endocrinologist, pulmonologist, like whoever it's besides your primary. Plus your medication costs. All of these, our employer thinks that it's okay to make on $17 an hour, okay? With $11.99, what do? We don't have deductible. We've got co-payment of $5, which I will tell you with me, yes? My both kids are asthmatics. I see pulmonologists many times. They know me by name over there. I was paying them $5 every time I went, which I was like, I don't mind, there's my checkbook or card, whatever. They sent it me every single $5 payment that I made back. And I was like, what? That's my copay. I was fighting with them. Because I thought, from my experience dealing with health insurance, I thought that then they're gonna hit me with some kind of big bill. No, never. For 6 years, never. My kids' asthma medication, for one, was $180 a month. That's already with the discount at Walgreens. Right now, and I kid you not, I didn't even bring it, but it's in my car. Last two Asthmanex that my Walgreens gave me, it's $0, guys. They didn't even charge me. Usually they charge me like $3 or $6. $0. I'm like, what? But I'm not asking, I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna go and ask. The same with EpiPen. And we're talking about like life-saving medications that before, between me working, my husband working, paying health insurance, both of us working, sometimes we had to buy kit medication instead of making my car payment or my groceries. Like, I'm telling you, this is the truth. That's why I'm so passionate, because I did live through certain things. I'm still living and struggling and all of that, and we have so much more to do with increase in salaries, with the better health benefits. With there's so much more to do. But I believe if the management sees that people understanding actually what's going on, and they know the truth, and they see that we are united, we're showing up, we expect more, we demand at this point, because they think of us as a joke. Even with this what's going on right now, the shady way it was done, they think we are stupid. I take such an offense and disrespecting this, because if they would be putting everything clear on the table and let us choose, if we are so unhappy with $11.99, they wouldn't do it in a shady way. But the way everything was moved just before the contract, it's so shady, disrespectful, I'm very disgusted, and that's why I feel like never than before, we should be more informed, more educated, don't back down. Tell everyone, we have a lot of new people coming, so they are not as well aware. Explain them what the union is, why are we in it, what are benefits, and if there is any cons, like to me paying $40, $50 a union dues, it's nothing between these and my health contribution. That's not even 1 month comparing to whatever I would be paying just to stay with them. And the job security, and like I said to the lady that was visiting outside recently when I spoke to her and I told her how satisfied I am, how she is the neutral person and educating everyone, which I strongly disagree. I told her that I would million times over to my imperfect contract that was done with my 3%, few cents raise or whatever it is, my job security, my health insurance, and peace of mind that I'm not gonna be let go for whatever reason, then whatever they may offer me and try to say how great it is gonna be with them and in 21
Sun River, are they a non-for-profit? Between 2017 and 2022, somebody wants to guess the amount of total profit they made. Give me a number in the millions.
How year?
Between 2017 and 2022.
2022?
6 years. Anybody has a number?
Well, guess.
For you guys,
75 million.
She said 75 million. I'll take 2 more. Anybody else? 165 million. Anyone else? No? I'll tell you. $230 million.
Yep, that's
All
your
right,
employer.
who's next?
That's your employer.
Do you know the number that they got?
They give you
Everyone sitting in this room made profit.
big profit. That's right.
We don't spend the money on ourselves.
They said you go on vacation.
I'm gonna give you the list of how everybody gets paid. It's coming. Wait
They
for
said
it.
you go on vacation. We can go on
Wait for it.
Okay. Let's talk about a little about contract negotiations, right? But that's really your union's goal, our union, you. That's our goal. But this distraction that we're dealing with is keeping us away from that at this time. But contract negotiations is going to be very important. We need people at the table. We need people involved. And we are the union, right? It's not artists, it's not our executive vice president, our vice presidents, the organizers. It's all of us that makes the union, right? We cannot get the gains that we want if all of us is not together. So what we need to start talking about at work now, just start talking about bringing our union together and preparing for contract negotiations. Tell these anti-union people you don't want to hear that stuff. That's the right word, right? Stuff. And we want to go back and tell the people who paying you, Sun River, we want them to stop this stuff and.
It's bullshit. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I can't use that name. So they need to stop that and tell them to go back and tell the employer that these workers here want to start negotiating a contract. Tell them that's all you want to discuss. You don't want to discuss nothing negative about your union, because when you talk negative about the union, you're talking about me, right? So tell them that we want to talk about contracts, contract negotiation, nothing about me. Stop calling me all these anti-things that you're saying It's saying 498 7th Avenue. They're talking about you, right? You, right, Denise? Because you are the union. So that's what we got to get our mind framed. We don't want to hear the stuff. We want to start talking about contract negotiations. Please reach out to my organizer, my executive vice president, and tell them, give them some dates that we can start bargaining.